Welcome to your third lesson. In this lesson will be about variables, and if you didn't, go ahead and practice and make sure that you have a little juicy lemon, then you gotta go ahead and do that. Otherwise, continue on this video. So, like I said, this one's about variables, and a variable is basically something that holds a value. So like how in math, x can be equal to like 5 or something, or y can equal like 2x minus 3. I mean, yeah, if you don't really know what that is, then you're probably too young to really watch these. You gotta be like 6 or something to not know algebra. But let's get on to it. So, like in math, a variable can be like x equals 2 or something, or y equals 2x plus 3. Like, y is equal to something. So that's a variable, right? Now in Roblox, it's kind of the same thing. So, say we want to set a value to, say, 0.5. So if we go ahead and do my variable is equal to 0.5. So my variable is now equal to an integer that is now 0.5. And yeah. Now we can set the transparency of the part, so game.workspace.part.transparency is equal to my variable. So like same thing in math. If this was equal to x or something, I mean that might be easier for you to understand because it's math. And x is equal to 0.5. Well, we just set the transparency to whatever x is equal to. So I don't really think this should be hard for you to understand. And then we can also do collision is equal to false. So if we do game.workspace.part.can collide is equal to collision. And basically that will set the can collide to whatever collision equals, and since collision is equal to false, the can collide will become false. So we go ahead and click play here. It's going to have the same effect. See, it's like that. This is basically the same thing as writing 0.5 and false. But, it can be very useful sometimes. We'll get into that later. And then we can also do material is equal to glass. And we can do game.workspace.part.material is equal to material. Although that's kind of confusing since I kind of worded it similar. So I'll just name this matte. So the material is now equal to matte, and since matte is glass, we're just gonna make the material into glass. So let's go ahead and play here, and we can see that it works. It's glass now, Same thing for shade. We can make that into a ball. So that's really how you do it. Now let's get into the next type of variable, an object. So you should already know concerning advanced objects, these are all objects, right? Everything inside here is an object pretty much for the most part. I think. I don't know. So we can set a variable equal to an object. So instead of constantly writing game.workspace.part, we can actually do something useful. So this is where a variable actually becomes useful. We can do part is equal to game.workspace.part. And instead of writing game.workspace.part constantly, we can just write part. Then part and part. And I'm actually going to move these variables up here so it's a bit less confusing. So there you go. Instead of, writing game not workspace that part, we got part. Okay? It's easy. Come on. So there we go. A variable is just something that holds value. So it can be object, can be string, can be boolean, can be integer. Simple, I guess. So go ahead and practice that. And then go on to my next lesson, lesson number 4. Okay? Yeah.